Man would tell you, no, you go out there and you make it. You go out there and you find a way, not illegally, but you make it happen. If you got to reduce your lifestyle, and then look, don't come climbing back up on the couch and in the bed in your mama's house. You preserve your mama. Don't put that stress on her. Don't put that strain on her. You find a way to protect your mama and keep her health and her vitality and her strength. And you don't need to be draining her when you're a grown man. My God. We got to get back to the type of culture where we can tell a man that, get out your mama's house. You're a man. If you got to go stay with one of your friends or live with your cousin, get out your mama's house. You're a grown man. And some of you sisters, they got people in your life that are telling you to let him go. You got to understand that that's a man in your life trying to preserve you. Because you can produce a baby, but you cannot carry a grown man. He will drain you. He will kill you. He will destroy you. And the person who's telling you that is really trying to preserve you and him. We got to get back to the kind of culture where we can tell our men that no, sir, preserve your mother. Don't drain your mama. But the Bible said they preserved her, and the devil was angry, so what he tried to do was flood her. And this is where I'm closing out. And this is where the whole inundation, and the Bible said he spewed the water out of his mouth, and he tried to flood the woman out to destroy her. And there's so many things that are coming at our women now and coming at our mothers that are trying to flood you, that are trying to destroy your character and destroy your mindset. And because we've not done the proper job to preserve you the way we should, we've got to get back to a place where we pull our women out of the flood. We've got to start. The Bible says that our ministries are supposed to be toward widows and orphans. We've got to start thinking as a church again how to preserve our women. Okay, maybe it is only 30% of our male population that's operating and doing what we're supposed to do. But that 30% has to think about the 70% of the women that need to be preserved. We have to understand how significant they are to the body, how significant they are to the kingdom, and we've got to take on a mindset to preserve them. We've got to put it, now I'm going to help some of you sisters. Some of you, you're going to have to love your sister enough to trust the kingdom and trust your husband that he may have to help somebody else's family be preserved. There may be some other women in our community. I'm not talking about anything that is nefarious or evil, but what I'm saying is that we're in a situation now for the preservation of our community that we're going to have to spread out. We're going to have to do more than just focus on ourselves. We got to release ourselves into helping somebody else, and we've got to work to preserving our women and even our children, but it's going to take teamwork, because in supernatural realms the enemy is throwing everything at us, flooding us, trying to destroy our children, the women through the children, trying to destroy the women, and certainly trying to kill the male children. And we've got to go back into preservation and replenishing mode. Give me something soft. It is a supernatural attack. I've never seen so many sisters in my life walking around holding hands. That ain't natural. That's supernatural. And every time I see a young girl with her pants down, busting a sack like a boy, standing like a man, hat cocked up, and she always got some girl around her that she's sporting and all this, all I can think about is how those two wombs can't produce anything together. It's unnatural. There is a nature that kicks in a woman where she wants to produce. Even if she has challenges in her nature, she wants to. At some point, it's instinctive because she is a part of the divine plan. And even when a woman can't produce, here it is, she still wants to nurture something that has been produced. That's the instinctive nature of a mother. Something unnatural has occurred when women bypass that. That's an attack. That's an attack. You got a daughter who don't even desire to be a daughter. That's an attack. And if you're a mother who's watching that, You're watching your own daughter fall down. You can't see that and it not move something in you that you ought to want to see the girl rise up and become the woman. You should not be comfortable walking around in the street with your glory looking like a man. Your glory that was meant to be a woman, you walking around with her in the street and she's looking like a man. That's your glory. You should be ashamed. Your son looking like a daughter. That's your glory. They ought to be taking the steps to becoming what God called them to be. And if they're not doing it, you got to take some responsibility. That's your glory. Your children running around the street, that's your glory. Where are the mamas? Where are the real mothers who are willing to put some stuff down to see their glory come back? We got a problem in this age, and I got to wrap here. I'm over time. We're so busy trying to look young. You got old women that are so possessed with looking young that they think looking younger means you got to act younger. Let me help you, baby. You can look great, and no matter what age you are. But no matter what age you are, you need to act your age. If you're 50 years old, you can't be 16. You can't be 20. If you're 50, you can look good, but act your age. These reality shows, you got mamas hanging out with their daughters acting like fools. Acting like children. And the children treating them like children. 30-year-old daughters sitting with their 50-some-odd-year-old mamas, and they dressed alike, acting alike, talking to each other like girlfriends. That's your glory. And she ought to treat you like her glory. She ought to treat you with the respect. You're not her girlfriend. Smiling because everybody's saying y'all look like sisters. The reason why they're saying that because y'all act like sisters. But if you stop acting like sisters, they ought to say you look as young as your daughter, but I can tell you're the mama because you act like a mama.